Tuesday, April 17th. Welcome to my jungle. As you can see, the plants are really taking off, especially the squash. Check that out. With the warmer weather we've been having lately, it's about 80 degrees already today. This has just exploded, and the beans are doing well. You can see the sugar snap peas have big pods. You can see the peas inside of them already, and there's a bunch of those. Also in my other planter, the one in the other planter is even bigger. I've got bush beans coming in the back. Today I picked up these extra strawberries to balance out my trellises. They're getting pretty top heavy. So these were at a discount at the garden center. They only had 4 left, and I picked up 2 of the 4, one for each trellis. But I added, for all my seedlings, these 4 pale white containers. Basically 2 salad bowls, this one and this one. And those are a mix of arugula, Swiss chard, spinach, butter crunch lettuce, and I also put seeds in here for cilantro and another type of lettuce mix to grow up in between wherever it can find space, and hopefully that'll just make this thing fill up with salad. Same thing over here. There's a different species of Swiss chard in here, but everything else is the same as the other pot. Just had overflow. These 2 I used for transplanting seedlings. This is a cantaloupe, and that one took off in the milk carton that it was in. There's a corn in that basket, a corn in that basket, and there are some sunflowers, some cucumbers. So we'll see what happens. In a couple weeks, these things ought to be packed full. And those Chianti sunflowers are in the back. Well, actually, there's some right here, and there's some right here. I can't wait to see what the flowers look like. Those are the big red ones. These are my mammoth sunflowers right here. And also lilas are growing in her blue pot right there. You can see how well they're doing. They're actually putting roots into the planter below. So we're going to have plenty of sunflowers. And tomatoes are doing well. If you look at this one, that's a patio tomato, and down under the leaves there is a little handful of tomatoes that have been growing for a couple weeks now, and I expect I'll be picking those within a month or so, maybe less. Check out my big tomato though. I think that one's a Better Boy. I'm going to take a look at the label and see. But wow, this one really took off. Oh, early girl. Well, that makes sense. So, yeah, no fruit yet, but very strong. I keep pulling the suckers off of it, and it keeps shooting up. This is zucchini. There's a elephant garlic in here. My onions, of course, I keep taking cuttings off my onions, and they're just growing and growing. I can't wait to pull a big red onion out of the ground. See the bush beans, flowers. I don't see any actual beans yet, but they're putting out their flowers. So here's my other snap peas, looking good. It's another squash type thing back here, and here's the new strawberries. See, this one I came with a bonus. I'm going to have ripe strawberries tomorrow. I'm trying 2 different kinds of organic fertilizer. One of them is new. I haven't used it yet, but I just put it on the tomato plants here. In the courtyard, I'm going to take it around the back and put it on all the tomato plants back there, or right around the base. And that's the red bag here. It's Job's, I guess. Vegetable tomato, organic. And this is the organic fertilizer I have been using thus far. So this is Whitney Farms organic tomato and vegetable. They're very different. The Whitney Farms is kind of like, I don't know, rabbit food or something. It's dry, brown, like tan pellets, and the Job's is a whole different type of fertilizer. It reminds me more of the earthworm castings, or I know it's got decomposed cow manure in it, and you can see it's almost like dirt. So we'll see if I notice any difference. now that my tomatoes have started putting out some fruit, I wanted to hit them with something else and see if I notice anything. But I guess every few weeks I hit these with another handful of fertilizer in each one and make sure I water it down well. I keep fertilizing the strawberries too. And then when I'm watering, I usually water, I go around, do the whole thing, and then I come back and hit it again a few minutes later. And I wait and see if by then the water has soaked through enough that it starts to come out the weep holes in the bottom of each of the planters. The soil is nice and loose in each of these and very rich from all the amendments that I put in it. So I think that's that, and combined with the heat that we have here and the drainage is what's making these things grow so well out here. I have more of a challenge with drainage in the backyard because the whiskey barrel planters that I have, you know, I drilled the 6 or 8 holes in the bottom of each one, but I don't think they drain quite as well as these plastic tubs do. So, plus I'm not back there all the time looking at them either. They get hit once with water in the morning usually, and then once in the evening. Usually when I'm playing with my dogs, I'll go out there and water them. And they also have a drip system in the backyard that comes on every other day for about 5 minutes, and it's got some soaker hoses in those whiskey barrels, but that really isn't taking care of enough watering for them. I have to do the hose. So let's go to the backyard and I'll show you what's there. And mainly a mix of tomatoes and peppers here. One or two tomatillo plants. I had an elephant garlic planted right in the front here, but that's gone now because the dogs decided to eat it, and even with the chicken wire I couldn't keep them completely out. So I noticed that last night they also got a little busy out here while I wasn't paying attention, and my tomato plant in the middle is now wilting because one of them must have put their head up here. This was all crushed in like this, and they molested my tomato and my tomatillo plant, and hopefully it won't completely die on me. Maybe there's enough down low to keep it going, but I don't know. That was my champion tomato. Doesn't look like it's going to be victorious this year. And got a jalapeno down here. I left the label next to it. Lost the label to that one, so that's why I'm not sure. But I think it's a green bell pepper. Down here I've got yellow bell peppers, and you can see who's responsible for unplanting my garlic and crushing my tomatoes. And see, look at that, he was going to do it right in front of me. Yeah, what about you, huh? Yeah, you look cute, but you're pretty bad. Alright, so that's it for these ones. Just fertilized and watered them, and now we're going to go to the other side of the yard. Okay, now I'm on the north side of the yard, and this is the planter that has the chocolate mint in it, which is really doing well. And there's a sweet corn in the back and a patio tomato in the center. And check this out. I don't know if you can see them, but here we go. Got several nice tomatoes growing on this one. So can't wait for that. This is a better boy tomato, and it's got one real nice tomato on here. Oh, there's a little one right next to it. I didn't even notice before. So this one's starting to produce for me. There's also some mint in this one, and corn in the back. Okay, I'm on the north side of the yard, behind the pool. See, there's swimming pools right there. And we have our first just about ripe strawberry of the backyard. And that's an Ozark Beauty plant, right on the other side of this planter. There's also some corn. It's doing very well. This is a really strong corn plant. Back here, there's some beans that are kind of slow. I think after talking with someone at the garden center about why these beans would be slow in these planters, he suggested maybe they're getting too much water. They prefer it a little bit drier than the tomatoes. And what I've been trying to do is keep the tomatoes alive. So everything's been getting watered pretty well. And I don't know what I can do to make those beans like it any better, but I've got some other stuff growing, so if they don't do so well, I don't really care that much. I can't remember what kind of tomato plant this is right now, but it's a little smaller than the rest. This planter, this tomato's doing well. That's a patio tomato, and they seem to do pretty well out here in the planters. I guess that's why they call them patio tomatoes. And there's an eggplant, and then a squash right here in the front, and of course a big onion that's sticking up there. So this basket's doing well. There's another onion on this side, and the dogs haven't been able to get in these since I zip tied the chicken wire to the tomato cages and stapled it all around the bottom. It's working on these ones because they have nothing to climb on. So I guess next year I'll go with even taller chicken wire and really make them dog proof from the start. So no matter what I do with these guys, they always seem to find time to undo my work. Well, thanks for watching. I'll have another update in a couple of days or weeks. If something major happens, then I'll come back and put up another post. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.